What's happening, nerds? Happy 1 in the morning on a Tuesday, I guess, because it's not Monday anymore. Anyway, I just got back from work after a very long weekend and drive to and from Columbus for the calling, but that is a vlog and a story for another day because today we have another week of RTN data to look at, as well as a week of updating y'all on where the team stands getting their invites to U.S. Nationals. So without wasting any time, because it is very late, I am going to take a look at it. We've got week 3 on top, week 2 on the bottom, and what do we see is that Florian went absolutely insane, and that is not going to be the case next week because Florian has reached Living Legend status. This is due in no small part to Michael Yazker winning Calling Columbus with the hero. Yeah, it looks like he just completely took over the week, and it makes sense. This new, super Channel Mount heroic-centric version of the deck is incredibly strong. A very proactive and aggressive game plan like that tends to be able to beat most decks. As far as bad matchups go, I mean, you see Gravy Bones way down there in 7th place, I think. Florian just seems like a great pick here, and I think the Acilio matchup got way better with this new CMH version. I was finding that I could really race Acilios and beat them pretty consistently. Verdance, I have to imagine, is a similar case because they are, used to either doing the H-pot setup and just trying to block you out, but that's going to be a lot harder if you're going 6-6-11 type stuff. And if they're just trying to trade Arcane with you, it's, again, probably something that you can race pretty consistently, even if that's not the best matchup. Florian was doing amazing these past few weeks, and now he will not be doing amazing because he can't, because he's gone. And I'm sad about it. Andrea Mangucci's sad about it, but we're gonna find out what to do, because looking at the rest of this week 3 spread, a bunch of the heroes that I could pivot to are doing really well. Acilio jumps up. He's got 10% of the win share this week, as opposed to he still had 7% last week, but the way the hero spread broke, he ended up being the second winningest hero this week, tied for second with Verdance, actually, who fell off a little bit. She was the winningest hero last week with a 14% share, but fell down to 10% this week, so kind of looked like her and Florian just sort of swapped, or he kind of ate a little bit of her over the top win share. So Florian, Acilio, Verdance, it turns out that Rosetta was a pretty strong set. After that, KO maintains his 4th place position, as well as, I guess he dropped off a percent in win share, but KO Armed and Dangerous, still an excellent pick. He would have had 11 wins and been tied with those other heroes. More on that in a minute. After that, we see Arachne Marionette, who fell off a little bit in win share, but still right around those top tier of heroes, I would say. And then Dash.io shoots up in the win share, right up there in that upper middle tier alongside Gravy Bones and Arachne Marionette and those. She was considerably further down last week, but doing a lot better this week. And then she's sitting there with Gravy Bones and Syndra and the Warriors. Prism's sort of there as well. And then you fall off into the rest of the stuff. Looking at this and what to expect for next week. Well, Florian's gone, so anybody who had a bad Florian matchup just got a little happier. Dash.io, I think, continues to look more and more reasonable as the weeks go on. I keep saying it. I mean, it happened a little bit this week. She jumped up a little bit. So I think Dash.io is a great pick. I think Arachne Marionette is still probably one of the best and most consistent decks in the format. And oh my god, I did it again. Actually, Arachne did not love to see Florian, so I would expect Arachne Marionette to also pick up some win share. How do the rest of the heroes interact with all of that? I'm not positive. Fang is Fang, and I am skeptical of Fang always. And in fact, Fang had a really good matchup into Florian. It was one of the reasons to play him, so I would expect Fang to probably drop off, actually. I don't want to be a Fang player in a room full of Acilios and Verdances. Probably good on that. And then KO Armed and Dangerous has an AB2 headpiece, I guess, so he can also just run over anybody really, wizards. So I would expect that the wizards stay pretty well represented. Maybe Marionette jumps up to somewhere in the top 3, maybe even the most winning hero, depending on how those wizard matchups line up. And then I would expect Dash to break top 5. Does this become a good thing for Gravy Bones? No, I don't think so. I don't think Gravy wants to necessarily see a Dio and a Acilio a Marionette. The Marionette matchup is close. He's really good into Verdant's, probably really good into KO, so Gravy could also jump up. I'm going to say the top 5 next week is Acilio, Marionette, KO, Dio, Gravy. I think Verdant's is going to fall off a little bit. That's week 3 of the Road to Nationals. We've got, what, 2 more of these? I think 2 more of these. That's what to expect for next week. And then as for the Smashing Good Teams invites, let's go Summer. Summer has qualified for her first U.S. Nationals, and I am so incredibly pumped for her. As a matter of fact, in keeping with the theme of Chicagoans going and shredding the cheese, just like the Bears did to the Packers, while Yasu and I were in Columbus, playing in the Calling, Summer and a few other locals, Gabe and Michael, and there might have been another. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting right now, but anyway, they all drove up to Odd Willow's Game Haven in Wisconsin, which, to be clear, this is the, coolest game store ever. It's so beautiful. It's, got all these little crafts type dealies and cool, spell jars, and the play space is amazing. And if you ever go there for a tournament, they bring snacks, and they do giveaways, and they often stream the events as well. That's the second cycle, folks. They stream those tournaments, so they streamed this one. And Chicago showed up. I'm pretty sure 3 of them made top 8, and then at least 2 of them made top 4. And then the finals was an all-Chicago finals. It was Summer versus Michael. And I mentioned earlier to keep an eye on one of those Dash.io wins, because one of those Dash.io wins was Michael, who won the RTN on Puffin. I said Puffin, I meant Dio. He's been a Puffin player previously. Maybe I shouldn't have said any of this. Maybe I should have just told you to go watch the games anyway. Good games, and you should watch them. But congrats to the local Michael, who not only won the RTN, but has also qualified for his first Nationals alongside Summers. So, boom! Chicago showing up, showing out, shredding the cheese. And that leaves us with 2 more weeks. And we've got a few more folks to get in. I think the metagame is looking promising for some of our players. I've got Jeff on my mind always, man. I love you, Jeff. But he doesn't know what to play, and we've been talking about Dio, we've been talking about this new Pleiades fatigue list. I didn't talk about the Pleiades fatigue list. Oh my god. So, there's 1 Pleiades this week. Was there any last week? No. Alright, so there's 1 Pleiades this week. I don't know if the 1 Pleiades knew what the build was, but for anybody who watched The Calling this weekend, holy crap, Fatigue Pleiades is a terrifying deck. I don't know how they figured it out, but they made something intimidating. So I would expect Pleiades to actually jump up quite a bit in the coming week. I didn't even consider that. What does Pleiades think about these matchups? I don't know. I don't know at all. I'm not even going to pretend for a moment to know anything about the Pleiades matchup spread, because all I saw was whatever was on stream, and then I did get the chance to bird in top 8, I believe it was. Maybe it was top 4. It was top 4. Michael Yazker was playing Florian, and I watched him play against one of the Pleiades and watched him stack 39 rune chants or something like that, and so he was able to take that one. So not that that's anything to consider anymore since Florian's gone, but yeah, there is a very scary Fatigue Guardian deck to be on the lookout for. So I guess, I don't know, get your play sets of Remembrance or something. My god, do I have to buy that card now? Anyway, that is week 3. That is what's going on with the team and their qualifications. That's what's going on with Up on a Pedestal in the Palm of Your Hand. I forget which one of the Suspensors she's playing. But anyway, we also got Hala's Sword. It's awesome. Go check out Max Ferocity's socials, because she, literally is this character. It's kind of awesome. But awesome hero design, awesome looking sword. Awesome week for Flesh and Blood. We'll be talking more about this. We have 2 tournaments this week. I think there's min-max tournaments this weekend, so hopefully the squad gets some more invites. But as for me, I've got this to chop up. I've got the Philly vlog to chop up. I have a secret thing coming out that nobody knows about yet, but it's going to be really awesome, and I'm very excited to be able to announce that when that happens. And of course, I've also got a spoiler card coming up. So very, very, very exciting and busy month coming up for us. Stay tuned for everything. Thanks for listening to me ramble all the time. Good luck in your RTNs this weekend. Let me know what you're playing in the comments. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and as always, have a great day.